Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to do a response video. Uh, this is why you have to tell women the truth. This girl literally has a nervous breakdown for something that should just be common knowledge, and she has a breakdown because she just cannot hear the words that is going into her ears, that is coming out of this man's mouth. And this man's name is Myron. We have a tendency, and when I say we, let me be specific, it's more so women. Men too, but simp men. Women and simp men have a tendency to just lie to women and just keep them in the dark. I'm going to give you a personal example. I have a daughter. She has a mother, obviously. Her mother tells her that there is a Santa Claus. My daughter believes there's a Santa Claus. I've been telling my daughter there is no Santa Claus. Santa Claus is not real. Now, some people may think that this is nothing. This is not a big deal. But this is an example, and it's a perfect example of how men and women see the world differently. Men, we are told the truth at a very early age, and we need to have the truth, and we need to know the truth because no one cares about us. And as we get older, if we don't know certain truths, if we don't have common knowledge in certain areas, no one cares. We're never afforded the benefit of the doubt. No one cares if a man was never taught how to do a tie. You know, a lot of us do not know how to tie a tie. A lot of men don't. I didn't know how to tie a tie. I didn't have a father. I had to learn how to tie a tie from YouTube. But if I showed up at a job interview and my tie was crooked, or it was undone, or it was backwards, or the knot was too big, whatever the case may be, and I told the people interviewing me I was never taught how to tie a tie, they would not care. The only thing they care about is that prior to me getting in that room sitting across from them, I had the tie on and it was tied on properly and it was fixed and it was presentable. They don't want to hear that I was never taught. We are not afforded this type of compassion and understanding and consideration. We are not. So as men, we are taught very early on as boys what's true and what's not. And we created a society where we can just lie to women when they're little girls, when they're big girls, when they're preteens, when they're teens, all the way into adulthood, all the way into their 30s, 40s, until the day they die. That's why you have older women still believing in falsehoods that was told and taught to them when they were kids, when they were children, when they were teens. Because no one has sat down and actually tell them the truth. Men can't tell them the truth, because if the men tell them the truth, then men won't have access to them. So what do men do? We lie. Why do we lie? In order to get access. The women aren't going to tell them the truth because women do not like to see other women happy. Instead of telling them the truth that yes, you need a husband. Yes, marriage is a covenant. It's not just a contract. It's a covenant. Yes, you should have children within wedlock. Yes, there should be two parents in a home when you have a son or you have a daughter. Yes, being a wife is the admirable thing. It will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of heartache. Instead of them telling them the truth and help them have a different outcome than what they had, they lie to them as well. So there's no one around to tell women the truth. Very few people tell them the truth. And that truth, unfortunately, has to come from men. Because women won't do it. Women have been lying to one another for decades. It is the men who are the pillars of truth. because we are more individualistic. We do not say things just to go along with the group. But this is what women do. They rather say things to go along with the group and to get the approval of the group. Men are not like that. Leaders are not like that. You cannot be a leader and have that mindset. This is the mindset of women. That's why they back each other up on the foolishness, and they won't say things that are truthful because they don't want to hurt or bring conflict or disarray within the group. So this girl is going to hear something that she should have heard and known years ago, but it is new to her virgin ears. So let's play the video and then we'll come back and I'll give my final thoughts.
You're saying that you wouldn't be with a single mother?
It wouldn't be my first option, no.
You said a millionaire wouldn't want to be with a single mother.
He can go ahead and get a girl that doesn't have a child. He'll prefer that, yes.
He'll
Men
prefer
are very
that?
different. Men are very different than women. Because when a guy comes into a woman's relationship or a relationship with a woman and she has a child, he's going to be expected to take care of that child to a degree. That's just how it is. You don't just get with that girl, you get with that girl and that child.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing you got to remember. If we break up, right, and I build a bond with that child, I now lose you and the child. And I can't have any type of parental rights to that child because it's your biological child, not mine. I'm a stepfather, so I have no rights to that child. So I lose you, the child, alimony, house, 50%. So it's an L for me. It's not worth the risk.
I gotta step out.
Okay. All right.
So you saw it, guys. Myron basically told her the truth. Something she hasn't heard her entire life. Look at her. First of all, look at her. Gorgeous, in my opinion. Everybody has their own thing, but from the eyes, lips, white teeth. Hair looks to be healthy. Posture, she can work on her posture a little bit, but I mean, we don't really care about that. She has a tattoo. For some guys, that's a turn off. I don't mind that. I mean, she doesn't look like Allen Iverson or something. She's not covered head to toe, but just take a look at her. You know that she's been lied to her entire life by every guy she's ever met or been with. This is the downside of being a extremely attractive woman, is that you never hear the truth. She went on this podcast, and this is the first time she's heard the truth. And this truth is completely different than anything she's ever heard her entire life. And he basically told her what the men that she wants. What you guys don't know is she is a millionaire. She's 19 years old and she's a millionaire. I don't remember what she does for a living, but I believe she does OnlyFans. I believe so, but I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's OnlyFans. And she's a millionaire, which means she cannot be with anyone else who is not a millionaire. She needs to be with someone who's a millionaire or above, because that's how women are. They always want to be with a man that matches their income level or who makes more than them, who is above their income level. So she's 19 years old. She has a kid. She's hearing for the first time that the men that she wants, which is a multimillionaire, has options. And he does not want a woman who has a kid. And then he laid out the reasons why. It is not his kid, number one. He's going to be pouring resources, time, energy, and effort into a kid that does not share his DNA, that does not come from his loins. Number two, he does not have any legal access or rights to that kid. So if him and the girl do not work out, she goes her way, he loses her and the kid. 3, these men have options. And men who are multimillionaires, because they have a choice of a bevy of women, they would rather a woman who did not have kids. Why would they take a single mother, a single a single mom when they can get a woman who has no kids and who doesn't have the baggage of bringing along a child. And on top of that, she's a millionaire. This is the first time she's ever heard these words because of the way she looks. We are a lot more honest. The less attractive a woman is, the more reality she gets told. And I'm not saying for 1 second that girls that fall in the 6th or 7th category aren't delusional. They absolutely are delusional. But a woman that is a 4, for lack of a better, just using these numbers, are a lot more realistic than a woman that's an 8 or a 9. They just are. Because the world treats them differently. Beautiful women get told lies. Unattractive women get told the truth. And the way they get told the truth is through rejection. She's never heard these words before, guys. This is not an isolated incident. Most attractive women, because as men, we like attractive women. That's what we like. If every man could land an attractive woman, a woman that's as attractive as her or more, then that's what we're going to do. But this is part of the delusion that you will face in trying to land an attractive woman. And if she's attractive and she makes a lot of money, the starting point for you is to make a lot of money. The rest of your attributes, the rest, whatever you bring in character, honesty, trustworthy, compassionate, dependable, sense of humor, intelligence, that is a distant second, guys. That stuff does not matter if you don't not first meet her, that first hurdle, that first filter, which is being a millionaire. None of that other stuff matters. It doesn't matter if you'll be a great father. It doesn't matter if you would be a great husband to her. It doesn't matter if you do community services, if you're charitable. None of that stuff matters if you can't meet that first filter, which is being a millionaire. This is why her and other women that look like her and that are in the position of her, that have a kid, this is why she was crying when Myron told her what he told her, because they've never heard these things. So when you're going out there looking for a wife, looking for a mate, and she's attractive, she makes a decent amount of money, your barrier to even get in the door first is your income. I want you to think about that. I want you to really think about that, guys. Because I don't think a lot of us do. I think a lot of us meet these women, we marry these women, and then these women divorce us. Because if there's ever a hiccup in your income, if there's ever a drop in your earning potential, they will leave. She just told you. And it's not just her. They are telling you that, guys. They are telling us this. In order to date them, you need to make this much. They don't care about the economy. They don't care about the stock market. They don't care about real estate. They don't care about sickness, disease, illness, death. They don't care about any of that stuff. You must make this minimum amount to even get a date. Anything happens along the way in your journey and that drops, you go through a recession economically in your business, the respect, the submission, all that stuff drops. It will disappear. It will evaporate. Even though you are the same man. The only thing that's different is the numbers in your bank account. They are telling you this. They are telling us this. we have to be extremely wise when we're choosing these women, guys. Especially women like her who are so delusional because they've just been fed lies their entire lives. This is most attractive women. They are very deluded, guys. They are very self-centered without trying to be. They've been conditioned and built up to be this way from other women and from simps and from even alpha guys who are just looking to smash. Because the alpha guys are just looking to be intimate with them and then get out. So they're not going to tell them the truth. Why? That defeats the purpose. That goes against what they're trying to do. So they're going to tell them the lies too. So all their life, they've just been fed lies, 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 lies. They turn on TV, more lies. They go on social media, more lies. So when you're being dosed and doused with lies your entire life, you start to believe what you're being fed. Watch my video about the body positivity movement. This is propaganda. This is how propaganda works, and it has turned a generation, 2 generations of women into men. They are more masculine than they are feminine. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. You saw it. She had to excuse herself. She started crying. She couldn't gather herself. The truth really affected her. It really hit her and brought her what she perceived to be how relationships should work, and it really brought her to a place of hardcore reality. But the bright side of this is she's 19 years old, so she's not beyond, she's not in her 30s or 40s where, where the walls grabbed her. She can now do a self-adjustment. I know that is high hopes, because most of the girls that come on here and that hear the truth don't accept it. It goes in one ear and out the other. But I can tell these words penetrate. It penetrated her. And if it didn't, she would not have walked away in tears. So that's a good thing. She's 19 years old, and there's time for her to let some reality sink in before she ends up 30, 40, or beyond, never having a marriage, never establishing a family. But as long as she keeps that millionaire as the barrier of entry to be able to date her, then I'm not going to say it can happen. It can happen. But also Jim Carrey can hit a full court left-handed hook shot too. That can happen as well. So if you want to play odds like that, and some women are delusional enough to play odds like that, you've seen them. Like, they don't care. They don't care if the guy they want is 0.5%. They're going to hold out for him, or it's 9 cats and wine for them, and they'll tell you they're fine with it. So guys, let me know what you think.
I have a kid. I used to be like that until I had my kid. Now that I have my kid, like, I might be this, oh, I'm a boss bitch, da, da, da. But deep down in my heart, I would do absolutely anything to be at home and be like always with my child.
There you go.
But unfortunately,
and have a man protect you. Stop acting like, stop leaving out the man part.
Right.
Because for you to be home with your child, that means you got a man holding
exactly.
home, protecting you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's right, and that shit's hard. Like, but unfortunately, since I'm by myself, I gotta hustle,
Yeah.
But I would do anything to have a man like.